guys, welcome back to Celestales. It's been so long.
My god, we're alive.
Came back from the vast nebula star system.
Holy shit. The last thing I remember is we ended the episode and everything just went dark. I called out into the darkness, but no one was there.
Oh, he cried for help. No one answered.
I mean, it was pretty cool for me, to be honest with you.
And
is that what death is?
death? Oh god, no. Oh no.
On this episode, we're getting existential.
Fucking great.
Great. But yeah, it's me, your host Tony, and with me I have my special guests for today. They're always special to me. This will never fail, okay, guys? If anyone asks,
My teacher says I'm special.
that has nothing to do with me. All right, I'm not your teacher.
I mean, you can be.
My mom says I'm special.
Okay, I'm not your mom either.
You are special.
And we usually have a topic, but I felt like since it's been a while, we could just do a catch up, and topics usually just flow into that. Like,
Can the topic of today be cheese? Can you just talk about cheese for an hour?
I actually do want to own a wheel of cheese. Someone put that into my head. And
only a wheel of cheese would actually be sick.
But the better question is, what type of wheel would you take?
What if you invite a girl over and she sees the big wheel of cheese and you're just like, what, you never played Skyrim? Get the fuck out, normie.
I'm like, he would have did Mousetrap or something. He was like, he went straight into Skyrim.
Yeah, what else? Where else is a cheese more iconic,
I don't.
A wheel of cheese.
Tom and Jerry.
You're not a man until you eat 7 cheese wheels right in the middle of combat.
I've never played Skyrim.
You've never played Skyrim?
I've never played Skyrim.
Tony,
Does it? It does.
Tony.
Let me point out something. I have tested Skyrim for people because they bought it used, but I have never played Skyrim.
Wait, I don't understand. What do you mean test Skyrim?
Okay, so when you buy games used, you need to test it to see if there's any problems, so you gotta send it back, stuff like that.
Not really.
Have you ever bought used games? I feel like you have.
Most of the games I own are used.
Mm-hmm.
Because I buy them from GameStop and not some shitty third-party pirate base.
I would say yeah, that makes sense. But I have bought a game from GameStop. It was used, and I had to come back and get another one because it wasn't.
Well, that's why you pay the extra $1 for the warranty, so that shit doesn't happen.
It happened the same day I got it. What do you mean?
Then you go back and return it.
I did.
You don't need to go through all this extra effort for no reason.
What the fuck? I'm just saying. Never played Skyrim. Would like to own a wheel of cheese. Probably a yellow cheese, maybe. Yeah, not too hard.
A yellow cheese? What cheese?
Not cheddar. Too many.
You don't like cheddar?
No, I like cheddar. But if I'm gonna have a wheel of cheese, I need you to understand. It's a wheel of cheese. It has to be something I can't get tired of. And
so
it's gotta be. And it's gotta be a cheese that I can use it frequently.
I mean, provolone.
Provolone is a white cheese, a little yellowish, and
Provolone's pretty good.
Yeah, you can pretty much use it on anything. Turkey, Swiss, turkey, Swiss.
We should make a tier list of cheese. Of different kinds of cheese.
Do I want to scrape the bottom of the barrel like everyone else and make a tier list of cheese? You damn right I do. I need viewership.
I was in one of our friends' Discords the other day, and him and his friends straight up made a kink tier list, and they revised it 3 different times.
Did they separate kink between fetish? Right. That's the first thing you gotta do.
I don't fucking know.
You have to separate.
I just remember waking up at 1 a.m. and just being like, "Yeah, these are my friends, all right." Making the 3rd kink tier list in one day. And the tears were hilarious. The tears went from "fuck yeah, I'm into that shit," or the bottom one being "hell no, I'm fucking judging you." And I pointed out like no one pointed this out. Is like it just says ain't they put anal in the top tier, but in parentheses it says receiving, and like guys, why is receiving anal in the top tier? Is this something you guys are trying to tell me? Like should I be worried? Yeah, and I feel like they didn't read it and they didn't realize it was receiving until I pointed it out, because then they immediately like changed it to the bottom tier in the final version.
Well, it's because you can
receiving for free. Wow.
It's just
You like receiving anal?
I will neither confirm or deny that statement.
Well, we learned something new about you today.
You didn't learn shit. I said I will not confirm or deny it. You didn't
Just
learn
the thing is, if you choose not to answer, that kind of gives me my answer, because you would just say no.
I mean, it depends. I'm not.
The fuck do you mean it depends?
I mean, it depends for the guy.
Okay, so the answer to begin with is no. But at the same time,
Then just say no.
I mean, listen.
Let him finish.
What I'm saying is, depending on the person, I'm open to new experiences.
I mean, we gotta give him props for being open to new experiences. The man is he's willing to try. You know,
Listen, I'll try anything once, and I'll let you know how I feel afterwards.
How would?
Well, here's the thing. The question was if you liked it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. No, I'm listening to the question. We haven't gone there yet.
not if you would try it.
Oh yeah. No, okay, I have no clue. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't tried it. So
Okay.
I guess for the time being, it's no.
Okay, all right. Because I was about to get real worried if you were about to start saying you like getting pegged or you like taking it up the ass from a guy. I'm not gonna judge. It's just. Some new side of you I never heard of before.
Wait, is pegging only for girls? Can you peg
pegging is like the act of strapping on a strap-on and fucking the person in the ass.
Okay.
So if you're a guy, why would you use a strap-on?
All right, just wanted to make it clear. You know,
unless you want to use two at the same time, I guess.
That is
in which case, go off.
Yeah. Well.
In which case, I feel sorry for your partner. He'll never sit down again.
Yeah.
He, she.
Yeah.
This conversation is taking very well turn.
We went from cheese to this, but I'd like to go back to. I like to wheel it back to cheese.
How about we'll go a little bit further. I never introduced you guys. With me on my not left, it's my right on the Discord screen is you know him, you love him, the funny edgelord himself. He's a stick. It's Joint.
Hello. I am Joint.
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 And you have the master try 'em all before I tell you how I feel, but he generally does not like it. You have Hokage Moon on the bottom there.
What's good?
It's good. It's good.
Oh goodness!
This is the kind of quality you can expect from our podcast. We introduce your guests halfway through.
It's so weird because that's usually how it is.
We've lost half our viewership already.
No, we can't.
After the kink talk.
No, like I've actually had a kink fetish talk. You trust me, it's already been uploaded. It's there. One day people will notice.
Yeah, but you didn't do it. You didn't do it with us.
This is true. I didn't do it with you guys. But
I'm curious now. What would you put in the top tier?
Okay. Okay. It's so funny. I don't really have a kink. I have.
You're not avoiding this, Tony.
I'm telling you, I don't have kinks. I have fetishes. You know, something that. Wait, am I using that right terminology?
I don't know.
Well, we separated. I believe we said kink is something that you need to get off, and fetishes are something that help you get off. There's a difference in wording and how you finish. So I have fetishes, so that would be more like they help enhance my situation, not a kink.
They're sentence
Situation?
enhancers.
Pretty much.
Your enhancing your situation.
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm
I mean,
like, let's say you like maids, right?
um,
So your fetish would be like you have your significant other dress as a butler maid. You know, one of the two. I'm not sure what you're doing. I know
let's
who you're
see.
swinging for, but they don't know. I'm just pointing it out.
I'm
So
swinging for the fences. Let's go.
so that would be a fetish. It would help you. You don't need it, but it does, give you and enhances your, whatever. A kink is something that you use to get off. So like you need it to get off, It's like cucking.
Hmm.
People don't get off unless they're getting cucked.
Uh,
Um,
this took a turn. All right.
All right.
Tony, you trying to tell us something about it, or like what's good?
You went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Bro, Tony, dude, Tony,
So
Tony, we're here for you, dog. like, like we're here for like honestly, like just blink twice.
you can't even
But we
see me
can't see.
blink. I guess.
Exactly.
I can hear the sound of you blinking.
Blink, blink, oh,
Just blink really hard.
blink. But that did take a turn. Actually, I blame John most of the time.
Took a
Why
freaking
me?
massive turn.
What am I the one cucking you? Is that what you're saying?
What?
What?
Yo, y'all are wild tonight.
What? No, it's
Jesus
because
Christ.
we went from wheel to your list. It was your list. It was,
That's my list?
no, not
Moving
your
on.
list.
I want to move on from this conversation.
All
So have
right.
you guys seen Batman yet?
Yes.
No, I'm gonna see it this weekend.
Damn
Oh,
it.
it's so good, man.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. I don't want to spoil. Yeah, it hits you right in the like. Oh, this is this.
I
And,
heard it's
It's-
it's around another butter.
It's a very adult movie. I was very surprised.
It is.
Really treats itself more like a mystery more than anything. It's it really, I love that it doesn't like talk down to its audience too. We've had so many mystery movies that just like scream it at you or like go real slow so that you can like pay attention. And it's like no, it only gives you like the answer when like it's like, all right, you should have figured this out by now, and then it's not treated like as like a surprise. It's treated as like, wait, you should know this already. We're moving on to the next thing.
Right.
Mm.
It's I feel like it puts the detective in Batman really, because most of the Batman movies were just like, oh yeah, I'm going around kicking ass. They didn't really put the detective part of Batman in Batman. He's the world's greatest detective. He's there.
Mhm.
Um, I recently watched the movie American Psycho recently, and already I'm like, holy shit! I can see why this is like such a beloved classic. This is already one of my top favorite movies.
Really?
Yes. As a psychologist, I went in because I already knew the story like going in. It's like pretty hard to avoid nowadays, but I went in like with the intention of like trying to analyze the psychology of the main character because that's what it is. It's a character study, and they do such a good job of like showcasing like how mentally deranged this person is, and it's in such a specific way that you are allowed to like draw your own conclusions on like the main character's psyche and everything and why he is the way that he is.
I see.
It still holds up. It's not dated like in any way despite coming out in like the late 70s.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sounds exciting.
Another movie I watched that's also an instant classic for me is a modern movie that's on Netflix currently. Actually, if you have it, I definitely recommend watching it. It's called The Devil All the Time. It's with Tom Holland as the main character. It's a very amazing movie. Very great acting across the board. Lots of good actors.
Which is weird because he played a angel on a show.
An angel?
Yeah, he was an angel. I forget what was the premise about it. It was like,
Well, you know what? That fits Tom Holland perfectly.
no, my bad. I was thinking of Harry
That
Potter.
man is a saint. Well, you know
I
what? He should be an angel.
I just learned that
Right, John?
people. I just learned that people call Spider-Man Iron Boy Junior.
You just learned about that?
I just learned about that. I'm sorry.
That was like the major complaint for the most part when like Homecoming and Far From Home were out.
Yeah,
They were just saying like he's like a side character to Iron Man, and he doesn't feel like Spider Man. It's only now with the third movie that we were able to see. Oh, that's why they were doing all this. You know, now he finally feels like Spider Man. Now he finally feels like his own character, and it's really good because they took their time to develop these characters. You know, like the entire three movies is just setting up the backstory essentially.
yeah. I found it funny because I had reached what you like. I had reached that thought subconsciously. I was like, when I watched the movie, I was like, oh, this is like it feels like Spider Man. This is literally.
This movie makes you feel like Spider Man.
I know, right? Like, oh, he finally gets the comes great responsibility because in the first, when you first introduce him, he gives off like a very cheap version of the great responsibility quote. He's like, when the bad things happen and you had this power and you don't do anything, they happen because of you. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cheap, but it kind of makes sense. It fits in.
I didn't think it was cheap. I actually kind of like that quote. This is a
No,
very interesting way of saying, the responsibility thing without outright shoving it in your face again.
right. It's not vague. It's like, yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's like, if you don't, yeah. But then, thank
Um,
you.
yeah. Sorry, you were gonna say?
Nah, nothing. I was mumbling.
Okay. Did you see it, Kevin? What was it? No Way Home.
Yeah.
That's all, man.
Yeah, great movie.
I honestly, I liked the movie until the end.
Until the end. What do you mean?
I did not like the ending.
Like what he chose to do or what happened to him.
Yeah, okay. My thing was, I felt that it was very unique for a Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm.
To have it to where the love interest not only survives, but also like knows that he's Spider-Man. That he had like it felt like Spider-Man actually had like a support crew, you know. And
yeah, I see your point.
You don't like how they changed the status quo.
yeah, like no, I like that they did because originally, okay, in the other movies, it's usually Spider-Man by himself,
Right? And
you know, and maybe like he reveals it towards the end, maybe, but like this one, like he had a spark from the beginning. Like, it felt like the ending threw away a lot of character development. Like he developed himself, right? So he's like, okay, his mentality is okay. I have to protect my friends. You know, like the things I do have consequences. Amazing, glad to hear it. But then at the same time, it's kind of like I don't know. I kind of
my
feel like
thing
he
with
sacrificed the rest of it.
Well, my thing is that it's so that like he finally gets to the point where he understands, the consequences of like the revealing of the identity and like letting his friends and family into his world, so to speak. The whole dichotomy of Peter Parker and Spider-Man,
yeah,
and sorry, it's also that we finally get to the point of like who Peter is, like in terms of like the basic of he's the guy that lives alone, can't pay his rent on time, nobody knows he's Spider-Man kind of aspect. They're not really, they're trying to do a perfect blend of like comic Spider-Man with their own MCU Spider-Man, and I think they really achieve that, in my opinion. Even if when you take into account like this is not a happy ending for Peter Parker, this is far from it. This man is alone at the lowest point of his life with no friends or family and living alone in a shitty ass apartment with no job.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a nice showing because not many like you usually get like, oh, I told one person immediately dies in the in the same movie. When usually when you deal with Peter Parker movies, he's like, "Oh, I told somebody. I finally, they learned about it. They die. Oh, well, fuck." So this is
One cool thing I want to point out is if you keep up with like the MCU and everything, I don't know if you guys watched the Hawkeye series.
No.
I know
No?
like major points of the Hawkeye series. I'm still catching up this stuff.
It's not that important, to be honest. I don't think you really need to watch it to know anything really important.
Mhm.
But there's one scene where Black Widow's sister,
Yelena?
Yelena. She's love her, by the way. She's a great character. She's pretty hilarious whenever she's on screen.
Mhm.
But she's talking about like what she's gonna do on like her little New York vacation, and she drops a line where it's like, "I want to see the new Statue of Liberty." And I'm like, wait, what do you mean new Statue of Liberty? Did something happen to the Statue of Liberty? What are they talking about? And they never show the Statue of Liberty in that series, so we're like, wait, I'm always wondering, what did they mean with the new Statue of Liberty? And then at the end of the No Way Home, the whole confrontation is on the Statue of Liberty that's currently being like refurbished.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we see what it is. They're adding the Captain America shield
Which is
to
weird.
the statue. I think that's cool because it's Captain America. He's an icon at this point.
No, I get that. I just found it funny because it's a gift from the French, and we're kind of remaking it to like Captain America.
No, we're making it more American.
It's like
She doesn't have the book of knowledge or whatever that shit is supposed to represent. Fuck the history of what and symbology of that statement. We got a shield now. America.
Which is weird because I'm wondering what they're doing because they did stuff for Tony Stark, Iron Man, because he snapped. They did stuff for Captain America because it's Captain America. Do you think they'll do stuff for Black Widow?
She died.
Yeah, but
she did.
She was mentioned in the videos. They're like, we couldn't live. She just gets.
I think in terms of like in the world of like the Avengers, Hawkeye and Black Widow were like the least recognizable because they were just girl and guy with arrows.
Well, yeah, they mentioned that joke in the trailers for Hawkeye with Kate Bishop.
We did, however, get the best thing in the entire MCU in the Hawkeye series, which was Avengers the musical. And the after credit scene to the series is literally just showing us like that the entire musical like from beginning to end. And they make a joke about like Ant-Man being there even though he wasn't there in Avengers 1.
Oh.
Which I actually have a theory about that because this is actually super interesting because we know that in Endgame Ant-Man goes with Tony and Captain America back to New York at the time of Avengers 1.
Yeah.
So, like, what if, like, some civilian saw Ant-Man and then that person is, like, the source that they used for the musical? So he's like, oh, yeah, Ant-Man was definitely there, but no one else saw Ant-Man. I'm the only one that saw Ant-Man. But he was there.
Definitely.
I could do this all day. Got to hear you say.
What a theory, John. A film theory.
Anyway. A film. Thanks for watching. And cut, because we got sued by Matt Pat.
Yeah. He actually did say if anybody comes up to him to ask him to say the thing, he's legally responsible to say the thing.
Like he has to say it, like he's under contract.
Yeah, it's his own legal binding. He has to say it.
The people, the bank will come for his kidneys if he doesn't.
This is too much power in one man's hands.
Feel bad.
It's like that meme where you see like the Simpsons, Bart sitting in the classroom and all the kids are just like, say the line, Bart. That's just a theory, a film theory. Yeah.
He just has to, yeah.
Have you guys played Elden Ring yet?
Sponsor me, Matt Pat.
No,
No,
I would
I've been
die
fucking
if we were
busy.
sponsored by Matt Pat.
we would have to make a theory first.
Sponsored another YouTube channel to support his YouTube channel.
But,
It's kind of what it feels like sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah, really, for real.
But Elden Ring, yeah, I don't have any room to play Elden Ring.
On your computer?
Oh yeah, on my computer. Yeah, I could probably do it on my computer. I was talking about in general.
I don't know if your computer can run it, but I've got a bunch of games on the back burner I'm trying to finish before I start Elden Ring. I'm playing. I don't know if I said this before on the podcast, but like I jumped back into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
No,
terrible Assassin's Creed game, awful. But I love it because it's essentially a Viking simulator, and I love Norse mythology and all that. So I'm having fun with it.
I just like mythology.
even though objectively it's a terrible game.
You're having fun, but you're not happy that you're having fun.
Exactly, because like I would have killed for this to be like a Ghost of Tsushima type game where it's like, you know, a character that's usually their whole like culture is about, you know, fighting for honor and like a fair fight, and then the dichotomy of like being an assassin and like not killing people with honor, you know? That would be such a huge like thing.
That would be such a huge twist on like that. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah. And Ghost of Tsushima that's what they did in Ghost of Tsushima, you know? He's like a samurai, and then he has to learn to become a ninja because, you know, charging into an enemy base with just your sword and saying to the whole army, run up, bitch, one at a time, I'll kill you all with honor, is the stupidest fucking thing a person can do.
I mean, not everybody can be Samurai Jack. Alright?
Jack.
The man was a legend.
He is a legend. He's still a legend.
Still a legend. Like, what do you mean? That guy is built better.
He is
built different.
But yeah, I thought that those are nice twists. I kind of agree.
There was like I actually had this whole like introspection with myself at one point in the game because I actually want to get your guys' opinion on it. So you're like the leader of your clan in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, right. And one dude, he basically gets mad at you and challenges you for leadership, and it's a fair fight and everything, but he basically disrespects you in front of like the entire clan, and you have the option. After you beat him, you have the option of either deny him Valhalla or like give him like a warrior's death. Mm-hmm. What would you do?
Depends how long have I known this guy.
I don't know if they ever made it clear how long you know him, because like I think it's a long time because he's part of the clan, you know.
Okay, so what is
that the only two options?
Yes. Either give him an honorable death or deny him Valhalla. Because in the Nordic view, like during that time, you had to die with an axe in your hand to be granted like eternal rest in Valhalla.
I thought you just had to die in battle.
Specifically, you have to die with an axe in your hand. That's how it is. That's what they mean by battle.
So, I have a question then, right?
What's your question? Sorry.
So, like, how bad did he insult me?
He basically called you a shit leader and said that like everything you've done is essentially just you glory chasing and trying to like assert the throne, while the actual real Jarl is kidnapped and you're not doing shit about it.
Is he right?
No. Because you're trying to get him back. You're spending all this time making political alliances and trying to find where, you know, your Jarl was kidnapped to, because he's your brother and everything.
That's your brother.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when you finally find out like where he is, you get there and he's been moved to another place. So you kind of failed.
Oh, he's your princess in another castle.
Pretty much.
That's funny.
Then I would kill the fuck out of him.
Yeah,
honor.
No honor.
As a leader, so like you have to show know like an example. He kind of gives him a great way to show example that you have a problem with my leadership, come deal with me. I'll
But
fight you.
even if he allowed you like a fair fight, he could have like at any time like straight up tried to assassinate you if he really hated you. But no,
I
he
know,
straight up like he's like fight me right now, man. Make the circle.
which is
But I
weird.
think, okay, here's my
Why
thing.
they
So
don't
it's like,
give you like more choices? It's so weird.
my thing is like this, right? Yes, he could. Like, if he had just assassinated me, then that kind of would have just proved my own point that like I was doing my thing, because in Viking culture, like assassination is a bitch move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
So like he kind of had to win, otherwise like he would have just tried to take the throne and achieved nothing at all.
Exactly.
And then,
Even
and then he lost with the bitch. So
your character even has like a vision of Odin. It's a regular thing that will happen that like Odin will come talk to you, like give you advice or whatever. Odin literally says like you're contemplating what to do, and Odin just comes in and he's like I have no use in my ranks for weak-willed warriors. Don't give him Valhalla. Don't give him the axe.
Really?
Damn, Odin just called you a bitch.
Why is he a bitch? It's because
he just doesn't Odin just doesn't like him, I guess.
oh shit. I mean,
the fuck?
well,
That's another thing. Assassin's Creed confirms that the only real religion is Odin and the Norse gods. So do with that what you will.
it's so weird. But okay. Well, I mean, like Vikings were very willing to follow their gods, not to like religious stupidity.
What do you mean? Yes to not to religion? Yes, religious degree. It's their whole religion.
No, I didn't say
I was
religious
thinking
degree.
even-
I said religious stupidity.
Oh, stupidity.
Yeah, there's a difference between degree and stupidity.
Well, I mean, we don't know if it's true or not. I don't know
It's
about you. Jesus promised no sinners. Odin promised no frost giants. I don't know about you, but I don't see no frost giants around, Tony.
This is true. Anyway,
Doing that what you
so
will.
yeah, well, so in like historical context, if Odin sent you a vision that said "fuck this guy," I think we're gonna follow "fuck this guy." But
Oh, of course, they still had rules. They weren't a completely barbaric society, you know.
Yeah.
Even if Odin like came to you in a dream and you told them like, no, Odin told me to kill this guy. Like, no, you gotta face trial, my man.
This is true. You
Listen,
follow. It was just your
he-
choice.
He tried. Listen, he tried my set in multiple ways. You gotta
He
die.
tried my set.
He
Like,
tried.
Nah, bro. Because my thing is like my thing is right.
Mhm.
This guy, right? Not only did he, knowing the consequences, challenge me, but then after I beat him, starts insulting me because he's upset.
He did that after you beat him.
No, he did it before.
Oh,
Wait. So he insulted me before.
Kind of both, because he's still like, even on his deathbed, he's like, nah, you're a terrible leader.
oh no, yeah, fuck
you.
that guy. Fuck that
Oh
guy.
no. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, fuck
fuck that guy. Like, what the fuck? We just did Viking honorable battle to shut you up, and you're still talking. The fuck? Get out of here!
You can't talk shit after you got beaten. No,
I know, right? Where's your honor?
Yeah, no, that's just a sore loser right there.
Yeah, what
Right?
the fuck? Yeah, that's why Odin said no weak-willed bitch. I was like, okay.
There's another side quest in the game that's another really interesting like dilemma. There's a whole separate overworld in the game that is Valhalla. You're having a dream that your character is Odin and going on all these adventures and everything to try and prevent Ragnarok. One of the side quests is you meet like a warrior in Valhalla who challenges Odin to a duel to the death, and if he wins, then Odin has to send him to hell. He wants to go to hell because, unfortunately, his wife did not die in combat. She died from a disease and therefore was sent to hell.
Oh,
So he wants you to send him to hell so that he can be with his wife, but he died in combat. So what do you do?
Wait.
Do you,
So
do you,
he wants to die in combat.
No, he wants to be sent to hell.
He died in combat. It's that he wants to be sent to hell so he can be with his wife.
That's a respectable man right there.
Can you kill somebody twice?
Yes.
Can you kill? Apparently, in Norse religion,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just you know what? Be like, okay, I'm going to stab you and then leave you here so you bleed out. You didn't die in combat. You died like a bitch.
It's just you didn't die in combat. He just shows up in Valhalla again. Like fuck. You went out of bounds on the map, my guy. You respawned. Server rules. You got to respawn in this server. Delete your character. Your save is fucked.
My goodness.
Oh my goodness.
They also had recently the Assassin's Creed crossover between this one and the Greek one.
Oh, that makes sense though, because those kind of happen at the same time.
Yes, and it's free. They made the DLC free, and that's really cool that they're making that free content. But holy shit, is the story absolute garbage?
How you make absolute garbage between two mythologies? This is not. It's history.
It has nothing to do with either mythology, Greek or Nordic.
What's the point?
Absolutely.
Because it's crossing over the two main characters. That's what it is. You want to see them like interact with each other and all that shit. But the story itself is just so bad. So there's this like island in where's Stonehenge? It's like in Iceland, right? Or Scotland?
It's Greenland?
I believe it's
Greenland. Anyway, Stonehenge Island.
Stonehenge Island. Okay.
Stonehenge Island. That's the only thing I remember from that map, that it has Stonehenge on it. These people are being plagued with like horrible nightmares, and nobody can like sleep or whatever. And your character is UK. Okay, so your character is sent to like fix it.
Wiltshire.
And eventually finds out that it's like a piece of Eden from like the precursor race from like the Assassin's Creed mythology that's causing all that shit.
Yeah.
And you find out that it's the main character from the Greek Assassin's Creed that accidentally caused the artifact to go off and is now causing all that bullshit.
Oh my god. Let's kick his ass.
And on top of that, the people are somehow like going crazy and hunting her down to try and kill her because they think if they kill her, like the nightmares will stop. So they're constantly like hunting for her, and your character, the character you play as in this game, he's calling her out. He's just being like, no, none of this would be happening if you literally were not here. I could handle this myself, and if you just leave, that would be a lot easier for everyone. Because you won't be in danger, I won't be in danger, and I could just solve the puzzle on my own. And they have a whole argument. They get pissed and go their separate ways, and your character literally has to like do the entire work of like solving the puzzles of the cave so he can get into the thing. And then the girl shows up again, and she's like, Eivor, I know we had like our differences and everything, but you're in over your head. You need my help. And what happens immediately after? They get jumped and your character almost dies. But it's cool now because they're friends now. What?
This hurts me. That hurt
me.
What? Plot.
There's literally a whole segment after like you get the artifact, because there was this whole thing of like your character wanting the artifact because he's like, oh shit, that would make a sick weapon.
Oh.
And it's like, no, I need to keep it for safekeeping because it's like the magic bullshit or whatever. And then your character's like, you know what, you can keep it. Why? He changes his mind for no reason. It's like, this is all her fault. None of this would be happening if she wasn't here.
Yeah.
Also, side note, did you know Vikings invented rap battles?
They did?
Yes.
Is that like a legit thing?
Yes, they have this thing called flighting, where it's like insulting the other in rhyme, and basically like chewing out each other like in rhyme with like the worst insult that you can think of, and whoever does like the worst while still keeping in rhythm and in rhyme is the winner. You know,
God, I love it.
they would describe it as poetry, but that's literally just rap battles, and you can do that in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's great. They're always hilarious. I swear to God.
It's so beautiful. Oh my
Amazing.
God, that's amazing. Well, it's just rapping in prose, I guess.
It's literally just rapping. It's great. Your character the character will say something, and you have to like pick the best response that also like goes in rhyme.
Okay, makes sense.
There's one where it's like, oh, you have to duel this guy. He's insane. He's called the Faceless, and it's because like he's a guy that like sits at home all day, and he refuses to leave his house because he's like a fucking recluse or whatever. And you rap battle him by like just yelling at the door at his house. And it gets to the point where like the guy like starts getting nervous and slipping up, and then you retaliate with like the final insult, and you're waiting for him to respond. Is like, dude, are you there? And then it just cuts to like this guy who's like running away from the house. Is like, you bitch. No, I'm not that guy. I'm just going to the village next door to get some eggs. See ya.
See ya.
And you this is like quest completed.
It's so stupid, but it's so good.
Sorry, I know I'm harping on this game a lot. Like, I'll let you guys speak now. There's this one side quest where an Englishman like tries to force you to get baptized.
Oh.
And he's like, if you don't, I'll let fate decide what to do. Faith decide what to do with you. And your character's just like, I think I'll be fine, man. I'll be cool. I don't think anything bad is gonna happen to me. And then it turns out Faith is this giant ass buff nun that tries to beat your ass unconscious so they can forcibly baptize you.
That is too funny.
No.
So enough about me. Have you guys played any games recently?
Like video games or
in general? Anything you guys want to talk about?
My life has just been D&D.
His life has just been D&D.
Nerd.
I mean, listen, this is for the game that you want to play in. So
I'm kidding around, bro. We appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I guess that gives me more time to talk about my game.
What about me?
Go ahead, Tony.
Okay. All I've done is
when the fuck are we playing Amori, you piece of shit?
Okay, first of all, let me explain. I finally moved. I moved over. I'm in the academy for emergency technicians, so I can.
Congrats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I can now tell.
Why do you sound so unimpressed, Kevin?
I mean, like I would be unimpressed too. You know, in all honesty, all I can tell you is like, what's wrong with you? You know, I could be like legitimate nurse and be like, hey, the man has a laceration between his.
I mean, that's more than I can do.
That's true.
Like, bro, a person could be cut in half, and I'd just be like, he probably just has a headache. Get him some ice.
So
he needs some milk.
He needs some milk. So I'm over here. This is actually the first podcast recorded over here because I wanted to get a feel of how everything was going.
Give the people at home your exact address.
No. Oh,
cool.
No.
I love that silence. It was just like, no.
No, you weirdo. So that one day you were like, hey, let's play Amori. And I was like, damn, the one day I would have been alright play Amori. I'm already hanging out with family. It's just fucked up. I know. I didn't know what to tell you.
We'll play eventually.
Alright, but I can tell you my free days. I'm free Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, every other Saturday and Sunday.
That sounds like the majority of the week.
Yeah, that I'm free? Yeah.
So it sounds like to me that you're not actually doing very much.
I mean, I'm in it. We just started.
Why Why do you have to come after this man, Kevin?
What do you mean? I'm repeating what he said.
All right, so so I'm telling you my dates, and you go off of that, and I'll be there.
Sure.
Gotcha.
All right, we're playing Amori after this.
I'm getting dinner after this.
Well, shit, you can do both. Because you need to play that game, man. It's so good.
I've been playing it with you. I mean, we stopped.
Oh, what games have you been playing? You were gonna talk about that.
I haven't been playing any games because I I just wanted to tell you what I've been doing and how I've been, catch up. Good stuff. Yeah. But what games have you been playing besides Assassin's Creed Valhalla? You Valhalla bitch.
I bought the sequel to Judgment. I've been trying to get time to play Yakuza 7, and because I have no self-control, I was walking through GameStop one day before work. I was bored and just wanted to kill some time, and I saw there was this game that it had a woman with a bunch of Nordic runes carved into her skin, actual cuts and everything. And she had a cyborg arm, and I was like, "Yo, that looks sick! What is that?" And it was $10. It was on clearance, and it was I've never heard of this. What is this? It was called Absolov: The End of Gods, and I was like, "Yo, that actually sounds badass." I look at the back, and it's a sci-fi Norse themed horror game.
It ticked all the boxes. Sci-fi.
This game was made for me.
Norse.
This game was made for me. I need to play this. I didn't even look at the reviews before I played it, and I'm going up to the counter and everything, and the guy's like, "So we got some bad news." Oh god, no. Oh man, I can't buy this game. Oh well. Well, here's the thing. We don't have the case for it.
What?
We just have the disc.
Then what are you carrying?
Well, it's the display case. They can't sell those. Yeah.
Oh.
So I asked can I just buy the game and we put in a little thing of envelope or something? Yeah. Oh yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I bought the game, and it's it's pretty cool so far. Actually,
I'm so
yeah. You didn't need he didn't need to make a whole show about.
You made it sound like all was lost.
Yeah, dude. You had me worried here for a second. I thought you were about to say "Oh, we can't sell this" or some shit.
He had us in the first half.
Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie. He had us in the first half there.
I haven't made it very far, but it plays kind of like Amnesia or Outlast, and your character has a cyborg arm that they basically use to force push away enemies.
Oh,
and if that isn't cool, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know.
Hilarious.
It does. Can you just imagine force push in real life? You don't even get any other abilities. You just get force push. You're
just force push. You're the worst Jedi ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be like a Zenitsu thing. You're just so good at force pushing that
maybe
you're just built different.
Yeah, man.
You just force push a little bit and it blows the entire roof off the house or whatever.
Yeah.
Who do you think was the worst Jedi of all time in Star Wars lore?
I mean, canonly.
Canon. Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. I'm not one of those Star Wars nerds that's gonna be like, well, it contradicts the comics. So yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I don't know every Jedi, but did you guys ever watch?
Of course not. The lore is massive.
Okay, did you guys ever watch? And there's not the animated series on Cartoon Network, but there's an original animated series, the two movies.
The Clone Wars.
Yes.
The one that was made by Gennady Tartakovsky.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2D one.
So there's one where they introduced General Grievous and an apprentice that looks like freaking Shaggy.
Oh, you're talking about Shaggy.
Yeah.
His actual name is Shaggy.
Yeah, he was an absolute dumb
Shaggy.
Because he looks like Shaggy. That was the joke.
Yeah, I figured there was no way that was an accident.
Super hyped for Obi-Wan, by the way.
Yeah. But yeah, so he was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Shaggy.
Shaggy did not survive in the Star Wars universe.
No, he didn't.
He didn't make it past apprenticeship.
Yeah. Wait, I mean, if they were Sith, he was a Sith, right?
No, he's a Jedi.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, if he was Sith, like he had no choice but to die at that point, because you have to kill your master in Sith. But he's a Jedi. He's a Jedi. He fucking sucks.
I've never understood that. Why is like a constant thing of like a Sith needs to find an apprentice if you know they're gonna kill you?
Awesome, a conversation I was built for.
Oh no, let's go!
Go for it.
I'm about to expose myself mad heavy, but I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So originally, right back in before times,
the before
times,
the before us time.
Yeah, no, so there used to be like a crap ton of Sith, right? There used to be just as many Sith as there were Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they had a whole empire. But in fact, they actually used to be the same thing, and they split apart. And what ended up happening was that there was like a bunch of wars between the Sith and the Jedi, and like as time went on, like the Jedi just kept coming out on top. And so what happened was that the Sith had an issue where in large numbers they kept fighting each other just as much as they were fighting the Jedi, and they just weren't like achieving anything. So what they did, one Sith Lord eventually, I'm forgetting his names, but one Sith Lord eventually was just like, you know what, we're going to consolidate all of our power, and we're going to kill everyone else, right? And his logic for that was that the dark side doesn't like to share. Just like the Sith don't like to share, the dark side doesn't like to share. So there was too many Sith, right? And also that they need to be underground. Like if they were obvious, they'll be hunted down because obviously nobody likes them.
Nobody likes
them. No one likes them. So if they stayed above ground, they would be hunted down and killed. So he invented what's called the rule of two, which is that there's always a master and there's always an apprentice. And the reason why a master always seeks out an apprentice is not because they're not afraid of dying, but the point is that the master will always train the apprentice to be strong, and if the apprentice is able to kill the master, they're ready, and through that the individual is stronger. Like
I see your point. Because
it's like training your replacement.
Yeah, because you're that makes sense.
Okay.
And if the apprentice can't succeed, well, time to find a better candidate,
Yeah.
That's why in episode 3, Count Dooku was who you would call its apprentice.
Succeeded by Anakin.
Yeah. But like the thing is, also you have to understand that like freaking Palpatine was a jerk.
He was a jerk.
Count Dooku wasn't even he didn't even consider Count Dooku an apprentice, right? Because Count Dooku was never taught that he would eventually have to kill Palpatine to take his place. Count Dooku was only taught the baseline rule of two that there must always be the master and apprentice, and he thought they were gonna rule together till the end of time.
I don't think Anakin was ever taught that either.
No, Anakin was,
because he wanted to stay as Palpatine's apprentice. He didn't want to ever succeed him. Conversely, Palpatine never wanted someone to succeed him. I mean,
yeah, no. So Palpatine did okay. So Anakin was the closest that Palpatine got. So Palpatine never wanted to be succeeded, but he did teach the rule of two. And what happened with Anakin specifically is that after Mustafar, he was he was a lot weaker because your force power is kind of intrinsically tied to your physical being. and obviously he got like.
Well, I don't know what that says about the rest of the galaxy because Darth Vader was still like one of the most terrifying Sith ever.
Dude, that's why Legends and like the games are so hardcore. Dude retrained himself. He for instance, Darth Vader's suit was weak to Force lightning. That's how like Palpatine kept him in check. And dude retrained himself to resist that. He made modifications to his own suit. He he retaught himself how to fight, and became terrifying. Not to mention the fact that like there are several video games and like shows where literally Darth Vader is trying to train an apprentice to replace to help him replace Palpatine, because Palpatine again purposely made Darth Vader's suit so that like he could never like he was weak to Force lightning.
Huh.
I was also like gonna bring up this is kind of a like off topic, but like Darth Vader, whenever he shows up in anything that's not like the main, timeline, he is always the most like terrifying shit. Like whenever you're not playing as like a main character in like the Star Wars universe, Darth Vader is always like the most like remember Rogue One?
Yeah.
Remember the best Darth Vader scene of all time, where he just demolishes an entire like that's probably like 1/3 of the rebellion right there.
I mean, that makes sense. Like, dude, Darth Vader is literally like the extra killer. Like
the extra killer.
If you're an extra, you're gone, basically.
Oh yeah.
He just lights the lightsabers like prepare to be banished to like the Star Wars extended universe.
Factually, though, no, like you have to remember, like Darth Vader is just like if you don't have plot armor,
you're dead.
He was just that guy,
Yeah.
It's funny because
in terms of killing. Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to point out it's very funny because every franchise does that at some point where you're just gonna have like a super
boss.
Yeah, and then the super boss loses everywhere else though. Like if he's not
he really doesn't lose everywhere else though.
I've not
Show me the Carfax.
Show me the Carfax. Show me the Carfax.
I've seen people hold him off. But
yeah,
I haven't seen him.
But that's like even temporarily. That's like as they're running away.
Sorry, he did lose once. Sorry.
Well, that was the Star Killer.
No. There's a separate time he lost.
Can he lose to his own son?
I mean,
yeah, but that's like in the main.
That's different.
He was the chosen one anyway.
Yeah, that was prophecy stuff, and like, admittedly, Luke did kind of like train for that, and he had hats, But it's whatever. But there was in a comic book, there was a Jedi that beat Darth Vader. Like, basically, when Darth Vader first started, he didn't have his lightsaber. He had to go get. Like, they changed how red.
Yeah, he had to go find his the gem for the lightsaber, right?
Yeah, so he had to go like steal a crystal.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Is this the one where he has like the whole vision of like what would have happened if he killed like Palpatine or whatever?
No, this is something completely separate.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So basically, when he first starts, he needs to remake his lightsaber because I think obviously Obi-Wan took his lightsaber, right?
Yeah.
So Palpatine's like, okay, you need to make your own lightsaber, but they like Disney changed the canon to where a lightsaber can't just like a red crystals don't exist, right? To make a red crystal, you have to make the lightsaber bleed, which is like just for like basically bending the light.
That's how it used to be, and like I hated that they changed that because that's the most badass fucking heavy metal shit I've ever heard.
Of course you would like it, John.
I mean, it sounds pretty cool.
I would because I'm an edgy piece of shit.
That was his intro. His intro was he was the edgy.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not here to confirm or deny your weird fetishes. I'm here to tell you the Carfax.
So send me the Carfax.
he went like he basically the he went into like he found a database, right? First off, he went to like an unknown region of space that like was not supposed to be known about, right? Goes and finds like this tower, like this station where there's only clones. In this base has like a bunch of information, lightsabers, whatever, right? And he kills every single clone because the clones think that he's a Jedi returning. So he kills every single. There's like 100 clones in the station. Kills all of them without a lightsaber. It's pure physical strength and force powers. Locates a Jedi that's been in exile for about, I think, like 30, 40 years. Was like he wasn't around when 66 happened. So he felt it in the force, but he wasn't there. Right? Goes to this planet, finds this guy, and then fights him. Right? And remember, he's fighting without a lightsaber. So what he did is he took the training dummy that had like one of those energy blades that like are like weak versions of lightsabers.
The taser swords.
Yeah, taser swords.
Yeah, he took one of those from the training dummy and fought this guy off with it. Right? Oh, now he loses. Right? Like the Jedi. This guy is like battle hardened. Like he's one of the Jedi that specialized in combat. So he's battle hardened. Dude loses
with an actual lightsaber too, right?
Yeah, and he had an actual lightsaber. And mind you, like this entire time, Darth Vader doesn't have a lightsaber. He's fighting with pure force and brute strength. So, dude gets thrown off a ravine. His suit's broken. Man comes back. I think he finds like a ship and like repairs part of his suit, and then goes back up the mountain to fight the guy again.
Give me that salty run back, bro.
Dude, no, literally. But this time he actually threatens the guy. So there's like a town that's beneath like a reservoir where the ravine was. He threatens the town, right? He because you know the guy is still Jedi. He still cares. So he's like, I will break this ravine if you don't listen to me, right? And the guy's like, okay, like I'll do like come on, bro, like chill, like it's not that deep, you know.
It is deep.
It's not that deep.
It's deep, and, my guy.
1v1, no items again. Run it back. I can tech that. I swear.
Exactly. And so they start the fight again, and this the Darth Vader's like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna blow up the freaking city if you don't do what I say. And the Jedi's like, okay, fine. Like he like puts down the sword or whatever. Darth Vader kills him, and I believe he still freaking blows up the city.
Cause fuck you.
Literally,
he had no reason to do that.
Yeah, like at all. And then he comes back and he blows up the city, and that's how he got his lightsaber. He literally like.
Darth Vader.
What the fuck? Dude, and then he takes it
the crystal is just like, congratulations, sir. You have literally no chill. You have earned the lightsaber.
Yeah, no, dude. And he takes it back to him. He takes the lightsaber to Mustafar, and then just like forces his will on it for like 3 weeks until the lightsaber, like this thing, because apparently like the crystals literally have like pseudo spirits.
Yeah, the crystals are basically alive.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like he forces his will onto it until literally the crystal's like it starts crying and it turns red, and that's how he got his lightsaber.
That sounds so, God.
In Fallen Order, there's like a scene like that of like the crystals being live. Like Cal has to like go get his own crystal, and he freaks out because like as soon as he puts it in his hand, the thing snaps in two, and he thinks like he's not worthy or something like that, and then like he gets a vision of like his master or whatever just being like, "Dumbass, you got 2 lightsabers." And then he makes the staff instead of just making like 1 lightsaber.
This shit's so fucking funny. Moral of the story: don't fuck with Darth Vader.
Don't fuck with Darth Vader. Really? Don't
fuck with that guy. He's a monster.
The man has no chill and has a lifelong obsession of like 30 plus years. Don't fuck with that guy.
Actually,
he's a fucking monster.
There was one storyline where a planet, right? Like the monarchs of this planet, like made a plan to kill him. So basically, like he went to the planet and I think they blew up his ship or something like that, and it had like basically the entire planet was trying to kill him, and they lost.
That's such a gamer move. The entire planet tries to kill you, and you still
that much of a badass.
Yeah, or there's also the time where he killed like half the rebellion before Hoth. Like there was some random planet where they had the rebels had a military base. I think Luke, he was looking for Luke, right? This is by the time he knew Luke, but I think before Hoth. I think, don't quote me on that, right? And so he tracks Luke down to this planet, and half of like the rebellion's military is there. I'm talking about tanks, aircraft, anti-personnel. There's at least like 1,000 guys here.
Did they win?
No! Literally, they had to get Luke on a shuttle because if not.
Did he die and that's why he doesn't come back in episode 3?
So, bro, I'm telling you, they literally killed off half the planet. Half the military was just gone. Dude literally snatched. Like there were some X-wings, if I remember correctly. There were some X-wings. He literally dragged the X-wings out of the sky and threw them on the floor.
Jesus.
They shot tanks at him. He just threw the tanks.
Like, man, literally too angry to die.
Yo, literally.
So true.
They're like, yo, like we have you surrounded. And like all I see is a bunch of
the best Darth Vader quote ever. All I am surrounded by is fear and dead men.
Bro, exactly.
Oh my god, what a fucking Chad.
Dude, Darth Vader, in my personal opinion, I don't care how bad Star Wars gets in your opinion, will forever just be the GOAT.
Yes. Did you watch Boba Fett, by the way?
I've been really busy, so I have not.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie, it's not very good.
That's what I've been hearing, and I'm afraid to watch it because Star Wars is on thin ice with me right now.
It's not bad. Like, the first couple episodes drag on a little bit, but eventually it just becomes The Mandalorian Season 3.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and that is... Yeah, the show is literally at its best when it's not about Boba Fett.
That's sad.
It is sad. Imagine you're a Boba Fett fan watching this series, and Boba Fett finally gets like his own time in the spotlight, and most of it is dedicated to the Mandalorian.
Admittedly, in my opinion, I actually find the Mandalorian to be a more interesting character for a TV
Exactly.
show.
Exactly.
Like, I love Boba. Don't get me wrong, but like, dude, literally been in like what 4 movies or 3 movies? So this is 2 or 3 movies.
In my personal opinion, Boba Fett's like the most overrated like Star Wars character ever, because he's only cool like in the comics, which no one like ever reads, and in the main thing, like he didn't do shit. He just showed up, did nothing, died.
Yeah, he caught Han, but that wasn't like an achievement.
Yeah.
It's
everyone catches Han. It's not hard to catch Han.
Yeah, it's really funny. Han pretends to be like Jack Sparrow, but he's always caught.
No, Han is cool.
Of course. No, I'm just saying, like, he's always caught. That's what I'm...
Not in episode 3. In, like, the first 2 episodes, he's cool, but then in episode 3, he just becomes the comic relief.
I feel bad for him.
You ever notice that?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Like, I love the line where it's like, they're like tied up on Jabba's ship. Luke is just like, "Hey, I used to live here, you know." And then Han just looks at him and goes, "You're gonna die here, you know."
What the fuck, Han?
He's like done with everybody's shit in that movie. He's like, "I'm done with the fucking Jedi. I'm done with the Sith. I'm done with the fucking slug monster. I'm just done, man. Give me this shit."
How did you guys feel about Han's death?
I'm honestly fine with it.
Really?
I'm kind of like okay with it because I was never a huge Han Solo fan to begin with, and early on when like Kylo Ren was still being introduced, like the idea of like a Sith struggling with like being pulled towards the light side instead of the dark side was actually kind of like an interesting thing.
I like that too.
Yeah, and trying so hard to like cut himself off from the light side to the point that he would kill his own father. That's pretty cool. I like that. And it's a beloved character. It's sad. I think it was good. I don't like that he came back in like the Last Jedi though.
Yeah. My thing is,
not the Last Jedi. The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. I don't mind that he died. Like some people are like, oh, like, you can't kill off characters. I don't mind that he died. What I mind is how he I feel like he went out like a real big bitch compared to like the level of prestige he should have.
What do you mean? Like you think he should have died like in a big battle or something?
Not a big battle, but like I don't know, just his death, okay, what it felt like personally was that the emotional impact of his death that was wanted was shortcutted, if that makes sense. Like they tried to get a payoff that they didn't earn.
Oh yeah, of course it was. It was the whole pacing of like the new trilogy is like really bad, dude.
Yeah, I agree. Like I personally, I don't like. Is Tony awake?
Yeah, I'm awake. What do you mean?
I think, dude, we can hear you snoring like through the chat.
Oh, it sounds like I'm snoring? Oh.
Yes.
I'm just breathing. It happens to me too. But yeah, no, I literally was like, I don't know. I like some parts of the new stuff. Don't get me wrong, but like that specifically was just like, why? Why are you like this?
Why am I suffering here?
There's a lot of stuff in the new trilogy that makes me go, why? Like Smaug, for example. Or whatever the fucking guy's name is. Fucking E.T. over here. Old man E.T.
Old man E.T., huh?
Built up as like this big super evil Sith thing, this giant alien, and it's a hologram. It's just a hologram.
How they just took him up the game immediately.
Yeah, and how he's like built up to be like the whole driving force behind the First Order, and then he just dies.
And the First Order is perfectly fine without him. Because I chalked that up to listen, like the writing wasn't the best because the directing in terms of like what was wanted for the movie was really split and stupid, and also had like two different directors. So
remember how they tried so hard to make Finn not gay that they gave him like 3 separate love interests, like a new one every movie.
Yeah, they just had to accept the fact that he was gay.
Like, he should have been the main character. Honestly, Finn was such a cool character.
Bro, like what, bro?
Because the actor's such a great actor, and he loved being in Star Wars so much. Like in every interview, he looks like a kid in the candy store, man. He's just happy to be there, and it's like, like after the first movie, he doesn't even do anything. There's no reason for him to even be there after the first movie. And remember in the second movie how like he has like his whole like side quest adventure while the main plot is going on, and the girl like gives him this whole lecture about how like war is bad and how children are abused, and she's telling this to Finn, the child soldier.
Exactly.
What a hero.
Imagine going up to a veteran and just lecturing them on how war is bad.
War is bad,
bro. You know what I hated?
War is
bad. When what's his face was about to sacrifice himself.
Who?
I think it was when Finn.
Oh, in the second movie?
Yeah, when Finn was about to sacrifice himself, and the girl just came and like stopped. Dude, you know she literally like quit. I think she quit acting because of that.
Really?
Like she went through some like real emotional stuff because of it. Because literally the entire internet was flaming her.
Damn.
Like the internet had no chill because everyone was like, oh, like that was his big moment, and you messed it up. Like, why would you do that to him? Like, oh my god, like she had any control over the process at all.
Damn. That's really dumb. Like, she was a good actor, too. I feel bad. A lot of good actors in that series got really, like, screwed over, man.
Yeah, the guy who played Anakin is, he literally had to go to therapy for the rest of his life.
Mark Hamill?
Wow. The child.
Oh, you mean Luke?
The child
Kid Anakin.
Kid Anakin.
Kid Anakin. Really?
Yeah. The child, the child acting like from episode 1.
Oh, you're talking about original trilogy?
Yeah. Oh no, prequels.
Prequels, okay.
Yeah, the child that played baby Anakin literally quit acting and had to go to therapy for like the rest of his life.
Just Jesus.
God, I feel bad for Kid Anakin.
Yeah, no.
Something similar happened with like the daughter of Iron Man in Endgame.
Oh, Morgan
like
Stark?
she got bullied like super hard in school.
Why?
What? Oh, they're jealous.
Oh yeah,
it really was. It really
pure jealousy. Yeah.
Like kids were like straight up blaming her for like Iron Man not being in the MCU anymore.
What?
Oh. They better not make her like. I hope she keeps going. She was adorable. I loved her.
Yeah, I mean, like, where? When are you going to use her again? Is the better question. Is
No, she's supposed to. Well, they might not follow in the comics. His child becomes the next Iron Man. I don't know.
Not. What's his name? What's the kid's name? His starts with an H. Harley. Yeah, not Harley.
Harley Quinn from DC.
The kid from Tennessee. Iron Man
the one from Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shows up at
He shows up
Tony
at
Stark's funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my theory that like he's gonna be Iron Kid.
Yeah.
He's gonna make his own Iron Man suit and try to like carry on the legacy. And I would love it if they have like a team up movie between him and Spider-Man, and it would be like it would be Iron Kid like being a better Iron Man, and it was like you don't deserve to carry on the legacy of Tony Stark or whatever. And Tony and Peter would like go through the whole thing like with Mysterio that he did with the glasses and everything.
Yeah.
I personally want her to be the next Iron Kid.
I would like her to be the next Iron Kid. I think it would be cool.
I think we'd have to wait a couple years for her to be like, for her to grow up a bit, you know.
That's the only reason why I'm like probably not going to happen. But I wanted it to be her.
It's also up in the air if Tom Holland is still going to be Spider-Man, because he said he wanted to take a break from acting.
Yeah, I can see why. The man, he was in he did Uncharted. Yeah, I can see why he's doing.
No, it's because that Zendusi got him acting crazy.
I'm telling you.
No, literally, it's because he said he wants to settle down with Zendaya and start a family. So good for him.
Yeah,
he's a great actor too.
Yeah.
But he's a grand actor.
He got that. That's his.
I'm waiting for Punisher to be introduced in the MCU. I want an MCU Punisher movie so badly.
You might be waiting a while on that one, Chief.
Huh?
I said you might be waiting a while on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily, because like they just moved like the Netflix series to Disney Plus, so maybe that shows like there is interest for him, you know.
I suppose.
Supposers.
I will neither confirm nor deny that statement.
That's been you this entire podcast session. Just I will neither confirm nor this episode is going to be I will neither confirm nor deny
that statement, but it may be slightly true, but maybe not.
If Tony actually ends up calling this podcast session, I can neither confirm nor deny. Yeah. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Post a comment calling Kevin a bitch.
We'll tell all our friends here so they know to to call Kevin a bitch.
Take it for the algorithm, Kemet.
Yeah, take it for the algorithm.
Do it for the algorithm.
Do it for the algorithm, my friend.
Do it for the vine.
Well, I mean, it's not my YouTube channel, so I don't think I actually have control over whether it's named or not.
I want to do it. It's been so long. I might as well do it. For the vine.
Do it for the vine. For the lulz.
Oh.
Yeah, man. All right, so I would have to rewatch this so I can remember what we said. So I'm gonna be looking forward to that.
Editing time, yay!
Yeah, I've not stopped drawing the map this entire time.
I know you haven't.
I've been looking through magic cards.
Oh yeah, that is a game that we play, isn't it?
Yeah, which we haven't played in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I get off at 4 tomorrow, I think.
I work tomorrow.
Oh, and I'm busy Sunday.
I'll be off next weekend.
Sure, let's go for that.
We'll see how it goes.
Oh, by the way, Tony, did you see my post about when we're starting the game?
Yeah, you said in April, so I wasn't worried too much. Yeah.
Yeah. So I found a guy. For the audience, your boy finally is.
He finally finished. He finally finished his stuff. I'm so happy for our boy Moon.
The boy.
We're just looking for Sun now.
Now let's see how many weeks this campaign actually lasts.
Listen, I'm fighting. I'm fighting for it to last long. If you guys don't play it, I'll find a group that does. I am putting too much effort into this to only last a week. I swear to God, I'm so tired of these short ass campaigns. Oh my God, that's just me though.
That's happened to me recently. Like I was playing Strixhaven with Thomas's group, and it was going really well. We were having a lot of fun, having some games, and now I'm always constantly getting lazy, and like when I should be like reading through the book to see what we were supposed to be doing next. I'm just like, not out of like the game getting bad or anything. Like it's just me being lazy.
Yeah, I get you. One thing I do want to do, like while playing this game, I want to play City of Mist. Did you have a chance to look at it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'm considering like making a game for it because I recently replayed The Wolf Among Us 2. Great game, great story.
I felt so bad that they stopped.
Yeah. I'm like changing up a little bit of the lore too. If I were to like make a campaign, I was either gonna do that or was gonna make another Kids on Bikes campaign,
which is also nice.
Yeah,
those are all fun
kids.
games.
Yeah,
personally, because we did Kids on Bikes, and then we also do the other one where or was that both? Were both those Kids on Bikes, the creepy horror one?
Yeah, that was Kids on Bikes.
Okay, I liked that one, but I just City and Mist, bro. You can play as mythological people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like salivating.
What would you do if I eventually ran that game?
City, like what character? Like what would I play?
Yeah.
Right now I'm thinking, Sun Wukong.
Sun Wukong, okay.
Yeah, that's just like my immediate gut reaction. There's like a few characters that I was contemplating with because like I do want something like I don't know. There's too many options. You know what I mean? Like you can really be like
it's literally any character from fiction.
Any character in fiction.
Which also kind of worries me because it's like, oh, I want to be fucking Superman and I punch the earth so hard it explodes.
So that's kind of why I'm like.
Well, it's a good thing that DC has its own like leveling system for superpowered people, so you could just follow that one and be like, oh, you can only be these levels, so you don't go.
That's why I'm kind of like
that kind of goes against like the whole point of the game, though.
Yeah.
If I were to like limit people on what they can and can't be,
I don't think of it as limiting because remember, like I I don't know if you saw, like, if you ever saw the video I posted or if I gave it to you, but the guy who I even learned the game from on YouTube, well, I didn't even learn from him; he just showed it to me. But the guy that I found it through was like indirectly. He was like, one of the things that he does is that, like, for like certain characters are already pre-established, right? For instance, like, you can't play as Zeus because Zeus is already a character, you know, or you can't, like, there's certain characters that just, like, wouldn't make sense, you know what I mean? So I think from the sound of it, he kept it mostly to literary and historical fiction rather than like superhero, like, SDO, because there's a separate game system for superheroes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there literally is a D&D game system where you can play as a superhero.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well,
D&D stuff.
I was originally gonna make it like kind of like a noir style, like mystery.
If
where
does, go ahead. Sorry, I thought
it would be like kind of like you guys were like sort of like detectives or like people who were like trying to investigate like a murder, and the murder turns out to be like the city's like equivalent of Superman.
Oh, that's
and it's like who the fuck was able to murder Superman? And should we be worried?
Should be.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of, maybe.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a Megamind situation.
Yeah, and also in my version of the City of Mist, the Earth is also constantly like in a perpetual state of like night because the world is like kind of thrown off its axis and the world no longer turns.
That's fine.
Oh. Means that one side is on fire.
So the entire world takes place in like at night, and as a result, that kind of has affected the world in a lot of different ways. Like crime rates have gone up because everything's in the dark now. The city has to be like constantly illuminated, so like electric bills like go up. A lot more people are suffering from poverty.
I mean, that's one side of the world that's just like on fire.
Well, if
it wouldn't be on fire, it would just be like in a state of like constant day, which is better to live in than constant night.
Yeah, those people, their eyes probably hurt.
Their eyes, each one probably has weird vegetation problems, stuff like that.
Probably.
There's probably no tides.
There is
probably no tides.
No tides, so the water just kind of sits there.
Yeah. I will say I actually had a
no wind, maybe.
What were you saying, something?
No wind, maybe.
I think there would still be wind.
I don't know. I have to look that one up.
Someone's probably watching this and just being like, "I'm gonna steal this and make tons of money off of it." Well, joke's on you! I stole these ideas from a bunch of other places. So who's ripping off who now?
John, I actually had a cool character idea.
Yeah.
Where it was a dude who's literally it was a investigative detective, and the guy literally was haunted by his sister.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, his whole thing was that his sister's ghost is constantly following him and telling him what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
That was the entire point of the character.
That's pretty cool.
That does sound pretty cool.
Man, you should make this game.
Can't wait to steal
it. So, if your character like gets possessed by like the girl, is your character like technically trans then?
So the way that I wrote it in my head,
I'm not
have to like roleplay your character getting fucked as a girl inside.
No, it's
inside a man's mind.
It's more like you can't have sex. Okay, imagine this. Imagine you're trying to have sex and your sister, the ghost of your
Why
sister.
Is this immediately where our minds go?
That was where your mind went.
This is your fault, okay? It's your fault. But now that we're talking about it, I want to explain it. So, like, imagine like you're trying to have sex and then your sister is just sitting, the ghost of your sister, your dead sister, is just sitting in the corner watching you. and then
Oh
and then like you look at her and she just gives you like a thumbs up, like imagine
Why is she judging you? She can judge you, but she instead gives you a thumbs up. That's something nice.
Trying to have a relationship must be wild with you.
I mean, maybe she gets involved, or like
she gets involved.
Oh no,
dude! Like no, like your
little sister gets involved.
We're calling it.
Yeah, like no, like she takes over your body.
Oh no, I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it. It's been an hour and 30. Well, 3 seconds. 2, 1, and now it's been an hour and 30 of recording. It's been a good long minute. We had so much fun, but I'm sad. What?
All of her John talk about today is sex. He's actually he's been the only one to bring up sex every single time.
Hey, that's not true. I've also brought up Assassin's Creed.
You did?
I talked about Assassin's Creed.
I mean, yeah, but like whenever.
That's another potential podcast. The title: Sex and Assassins.
Which one would be better though? We already told them for the algorithm. You know
what?
Do it for the algorithm.
Do it for the algorithm. It is what it is. And with
Tony,
that,
for Kemet's campaign, I know you like a Warforged whatever.
Yeah.
But what if like your character is like a farmer, and then we make your character an Amish cyborg?
Stop it! Don't.
We're done here. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, any types of media. It's been real with me, your host Tony. Why don't you say goodbye, guys? Help.
Bye, friends.
Help. And see you next time. Bye.
Bye.